Hello and welcome to Potent Books. Some of the resources that you are going to get from Potent Books or Potent KCSE revisions is that you'll be able to access some online quizzes that you can be doing in your free time or when you are studying. You can access these questions through your phone and you get instant answers. Your paper is marked by the system, so you'll get what you have gotten right and what you have not gotten right. These are multiple questions, multiple answers, random chemistry questions, 001. So let's read the instructions together. In this quiz includes random chemistry questions for high school students. By taking this quiz, you get instant responses for questions you get right and what you get wrong. The form or this paper is prepared by Potent Victor. Check out our YouTube channel, Potent KCSE Revisions, and Facebook group, High School Students, Teachers, and Parents, for more resources. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so and turn on the notification button so that when we upload a new video, you can get notified. Also, be part of our online community in high school students, teachers, and parents. So the first thing you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to read this instruction, is that when you see a star marked question, it is a must you answer this. So the first response that you are supposed to have is your email. Without this, you will not be able to submit your responses. But you can leave any other question blank. But anyway, why leave a question blank? So let's have our email. So I'm going to put potentbooks@gmail.com. Then the first question is organic chemistry is a study of the compounds that make up living organisms. That's true. So all organic compounds contain carbon only, carbon and hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. So from your study in Form 3 and Form 4, you have learned that organic molecules contain carbon and hydrogen. So remember the chemical formulas for propane. Let me show you some here. So we have here, if you type this question in Google, it will tell you carbon and hydrogen, and you can have some structures. So you have C and then HH. You have let's see this. So this is ethane, this is butane, this is hexene, ethene. So all of them have C2H6, C. So what is common is that all have carbon and have hydrogen. So this question here says it contains carbon and hydrogen, but the organic compounds can contain other elements like nitrogen, oxygen, halogens, but they must contain carbon and hydrogen. So your response for question 1, we have choice C, and then it has 10 points. So we continue. Ammonia is an organic compound or inorganic compound. So if we turn here and check whether the chemical formula for ammonia chemical formula, actually it is here, it is NH3. So NH3, clearly it has no carbon, but it has hydrogen and it has also nitrogen. Although it sounds like it is an organic compound, it is not. So it is inorganic because it is not organic compound. Further, although ammonia is released from decomposing living organisms, just like all organic compounds, so it is not although it is produced from decomposing living organisms, it is not an organic compound because it does not have the C, the carbon. We go to the next question. Which of these elements is a non-metal? You have sulfur, you have manganese, you have aluminium, and you have beryllium. In your studies, you learn that aluminium is in group 3, manganese and beryllium is actually in group, is it group 2? Beryllium. What do you say? Let's have, I hope I'm not confusing or... So let's search beryllium in table. Hey, listen, BB. It must be in group 1. Group 2, sorry. So it has so we have this periodic table, and as you can see that beryllium is in group 2. Yeah, hey, listen, B. So beryllium is in group 2. Okay, therefore the first elements on your left on this periodic table are metals, so that one we know. Then we have what else did we need to check? Sulfur. Sulfur is in group, here is sulfur, group 6, just next to chlorine and argon. So from this side, these are non-metals, and as you can see, you have this image. If I can be able to zoom it for you, I'm sorry I can't download this, it is in web format, but you can see that on your left, apart from hydrogen, which also can belong in group 8, apart from hydrogen, all elements on your left are metals on this blue line, and then the light blue or greenish line is non-metals. Yet then those that are in between, maybe let's call that color pink, all those like boron, silicon, those elements behave both as metals or non-metals. Okay, so I hope today you have learned something. So of all, non-metal is sulfur, manganese, aluminium and beryllium are metals. We go to the next question. You can't live without water. What is its chemical formula? That one is easy. So, however, this is hydrogen, this is oxygen, this is water, and what is this? H2O2. It is called hydrogen peroxide. That's not water. Then we have the symbol Ag stands for which element? That one is silver. This is the chemical formula. What do you say? The chemical symbol for silver is Ag. So which one of the following is not an allotropy of carbon? So we have graphite, we have diamond. These are the allotropes of carbon. What is allotropy? Allotropy is where a substance, two different substances exist, yet they contain the same elements. So the structure of the bonding in those elements determines leads to two or more different substances. So for graphite, which is found in a pencil, which is very soft, yet diamond is very hard, but all contain carbon. The other question asks, if you fill a glass to the brim with ice water and the ice melts, what will happen? So you are asked that you fill a glass. I don't know how I can illustrate that, but you have a glass of water, then you put in an ice cube. Remember, an ice cube will not go with the shape of the glass, so there will be some spaces, but the topmost part of the ice meets the brim, ama let's say in Kiswahili hapo juu ya kikombe kabisa, hapo tu juu. Then the ice starts to melt. The liquid ice will occupy the spaces that were left below the cup, and then obvious the new level of the water will be slightly lower than the brim. So you are asked the first question, the glass will overflow and the ice as the ice turns to water. That's not true, because hiyo maji iwezi kujaa alafu ianze kumwagika. So this is wrong. We look at the level of water in the glass will remain unchanged as the ice melts. That's not true, because water yenye iko kwa kikombe hawezi kutoshea tu pale juu, kulikuwa na spaces kuchini. The water level will drop slightly as the ice melts. This is true. I will never the other choice is a crazy one that I'll never find out, because I'll drink the water or walk away before anything happens. Surely this is the most stupid answer you would give, but it is there just to check whether you read questions, because if I find you have this as your answer, I'll know that you just did guesswork. So we look at a mole contains Avogadro's number of items. So what is Avogadro's number? So you remember in Form 3, the introduction to moles, you are introduced to a term called Avogadro's constant or Avogadro's number, which is equivalent to 1 mole. This, if you, from your introduction, it was equals to 6.023 times 10 raised to power 23. It is not the power, it is raised to 23, not negative 23, because if it were negative, then it would, the number of items would be 0. They will not even be equal to 1, but when it is raised to 23, it means it is in millions or maybe even billions. Yeah. So we, in fact, it has it is 6.023 times 10 raised to 23. So it is times a number with 23 zeros. That is very big, more than a trillion. A trillion, remember, I think it has 12 zeros. So 12 times 12. So then we have 3 of the most common states of matter are solids, liquids, and gases. A liquid has a defined volume but not a defined shape. A defined shape but not defined volume. A defined volume and shape, not defined volume or shape. So we are talking about a liquid here. So liquid like maziwa and water. When you put in a container, whichever shape, it will follow that shape. So it has no defined volume. So you look for an answer that has no defined volume. And number 1 question, choice A is wrong. And question C is also wrong. So we have remained with B and D. A defined shape but not defined volume. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry for that confusion. What I'm saying is that liquid has a defined volume, because if you have 2 liters container, even if you change the shape of the container, the liquid in it will remain to be 2 liters. So it has a defined volume, but it has no defined shape, because it will take the shape of the container. Okay, so I feel this is right, but this is wrong because of a defined shape. It has no defined shape. This defined shape and volume, it is wrong, and not defined volume nor shape. So the right answer is A. Lastly, we have noble gases are inert because they have completed outer electron shells. Which of these elements isn't a noble gas? So remember, noble gases are found in group 8 of your periodic table. Do we have the periodic table again here? So we have helium, neon, argon, krypton, xylem, and argon. So, and you are asked which of these is not a noble gas. If you recall well, I've mentioned helium, argon, and krypton. I've not mentioned chlorine. Chlorine is in group 7, and you can see it here. Chlorine is in group 7. Yeah. So, is in group 7. So, the answer is chlorine. However, after we have answered all our questions, I would like to intentionally change one response to be wrong so that you can understand how the responses will be when you look at them. So let's change the last answer to be krypton. However, I insist. Okay, let me put argon, which is I think you are more familiar with argon than any other. Now, so I put argon. I'm sorry again if you hear background noise. Remember, we are doing this at home, and sometimes the kids will come and listen in or interrupt. Now, I've put this wrong for demonstration, but the correct answer we know is chlorine. So we are asked, do you want to I send you a copy of your responses? Then you say, okay, it will come to your email. Then you can submit. From this point you can submit. Let's see. So it wants us to select all chimneys so that we verify we are humans, not robots. Oh, these are chimneys also. I think so. Now, your response has been recorded. So let's view score, or you submit another response, but let's view the score. There's no point in redoing it again. So as you can see now, we have 90 over 100. Remember, the last response, we intentionally gave it a wrong response. So you have the instructions here again, and you have organic chemistry is the study of compounds that make up living organisms. We got it right. It is marked. We got 10 over 10. This is also marked. Here it is sulfur. So let's go through very fast. Organic chemistry is the study of compounds. All organic molecules contain carbon and hydrogen. Ammonium is an inorganic compound. Which of these elements is a non-metal? It is sulfur. You can't live without water. What is its chemical formula? It is H2O. The symbol Ag stands for which element? Silver. Which one of the following is not an allotropy of carbons? Silver. Yes. If you fill a glass to the brim with ice water and the ice melts, what will happen? The ice level will drop slightly as the ice melts. A molecule contains Avogadro's number of items. This is in form 3, remember? So I say this and it is right. 3 of the most common states of matter are solid, liquids, and gases. A liquid has a defined volume but not a defined shape. The last question, remember we did it intentionally so that you can see the response when you get it wrong. So as you can see, it is in red to show you that you have failed this question. Noble gases are inert because they have completed outer electron shells. Which of these elements isn't a noble gas? So we have argon, and it is wrong, and you're given the correct answer. Okay, so you can be follow us on our YouTube and Facebook channels. Remember, our YouTube channel is Potent KCSE Revisions, and in Facebook we are high school students, teachers, and parents. That's why we discuss so many things, but you can also get resources. But make sure you subscribe. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so and turn on the notifications bell. Also share this video with your friends. Thank you very much and all the best in your academics. Also, you can comment down there so that you can get your responses on these questions and how we can improve our videos. Thank you.